That's the Kia EV9 electric 3-row SUV. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see one? Its price tag, 1.3 crores ex-showroom. That's an obscene amount of money for a Kia, isn't it? Well, it is expensive, but it is also the biggest. One of the quickest Kias as well, despite its size, that you can buy anywhere in the world. But is it worth all the hype? Well, we've spoken about its features in one of the videos a few months ago when it was launched. But today, I've got the keys and I'm going to drive it around to see whether it's worth that moolah. Let's find out. Before that, welcome to Car and Bike. My name is Girish Karkera. If you haven't subscribed to Car and Bike channel, please do so. And don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Before I start driving the EV9, I have to tell you something about the design because it's something really wonderful. This is a conventional or a traditional looking SUV. You can see by the way the stance is, it looks boxy, it looks big, it looks different and exclusive, and that's the whole point of a premium or a luxury vehicle. Especially at the front. Well, those who have seen the Kia Ceros, which was recently launched, well, it was actually inspired by the EV9 design. So very similar front face. You can see a clean panel out here in the front. I'm very interested in these headlamps. These are very clever headlamps, and not only they look complicated, they are complicated, but they are also very clever and they are able to light up the road even with full beams without blinding the vehicles in front. If you come on this side, you can see that this car rests on 20-inch wheels. Now the Kia EV9 is more than 5 meters long and it's almost 1.8 meters wide. So this is a very big vehicle. In fact, the wheelbase itself is 3,100 mm, which is as long as many of the cars on Indian roads. I love the way the silhouette works. Very boxy, high shoulders, great waistline. It looks chunky, it looks muscular, and it sort of continues with those roof rails and a spoiler at the rear. If you come to the rear as well, this is where the charging port is. At the rear also, if you see, the sporty intentions are very apparent. The way everything has been designed to make it look hunkered down, the way the tail lamps sort of go out and hug the body of the car. It looks very clever, it looks very modern. So let's go inside the car. And there has to be some drama, right? I've got the keys in my hand. As soon as I approach, the door handles pop out, and voila, one of the most premium looking Kia interiors that you can find there. Now EV9 in India is only available in dark brown colors, and you can see it's reasonably spec'd. The interiors look rich, the finish is impeccable. The color is a bit on the duller side if you ask me, but together it sort of works well. The steering wheel, a 4-spoke, very different one. In fact, the interiors remind me of the Ceros as well. You can see the Ceros interiors is inspired, especially some of the panel colors. If you see, if you come to the door, where you can see these grey panels, which is similar that you see in the Ceros. Basically, the Ceros has been inspired by this flagship model. Similar color combinations can also be seen with the seat controls. So apart from the steering wheel, the curved display on the dashboard, again now very common with high-end Kia cars. This has 3 screens, two 12.3-inch and one small 5-inch one in the center, which is used for the AC controls. So starting the EV9 is a little different. We'll start with the key, of course, in the car. Press the brake and the ignition switch is on a stalk, which is on the steering column. It says EV, and that brings the car to life. And this is also the control center to put the car in drive or reverse, and that can be done by turning this knob either clockwise or anti-clockwise. And to put the car in parking mode, you need to press this P switch. So a lot of regulation stuff now that we see in bigger Kias, like we've seen in the Carnival. This too has a charging console which is right there on the dashboard on the lower side. You have a nice mix of switches and digital controls, which is quite likable actually, given that many electric cars are going for all touch operations. It's nice to see a car like the EV9 that is still sticking to these button controls, which are one touch and easier to operate. A large center console area, a lot of storage spaces here, including on the doors. There's a lot of storage area here for handbags or laptop bags. 2 bottle holders, and if you don't have bottles, just turn them in and you have more storage area. And to make it look neat, a slider as well. Right here you can see a 360-degree camera and also hill descent button and auto hold function. A charging pad for the phone, space to keep the key, and some more storage area under the center armrest. Up here, this is an interesting feature. This is a digital rear view camera, and this will be useful if you have a full load of 6 people and luggage in the boot that may block the view in the regular mirror otherwise. So a lot of different materials and textures that have been used. Like you can see this cloth finish, which is there even in other parts of the interiors. This black color may not look nice, but this is a very interesting one. If you come here, you can see there are actually switches engraved into this to operate the system. Like you can see, you can go to map. This is the home button, search, media. So a lot of clever things have been done. Apart from this, you get seat ventilation for the first 2 rows. Now, usually in a premium or luxury car, especially the expensive ones, it's the front row where all the action is. But in a Kia EV9 SUV, it begs to differ. The second row seats get more or less all the functions of the front row. If you look at the seats themselves, they are all captain seats, very similar to the one in front, with the controls as the front row, including calf support. And additionally, the headrest has a curved position which you can use for long distances to rest your head. And the seats have massage function which can be operated through this center console. Over here, you can see the touch screen. There is a charging pad for the phone, and the armrest hides a cool box. If that's not cool enough, there's more storage area right here as well as underneath here, although this is a little difficult to access. Additionally, charging ports for the rear passenger, and for this seat, which is like the main seat, there's a boss mode which allows you to move the seat in front so that you can open up the seat where you're sitting. AC vents on the roof, complete with controls. This is a 3-zone AC climate control, and there is a dual sunroof, so there is one sunroof just for the second and third row passengers. And to access the third row, since there is no walkway in the center, you can either have a switch on the side or on the backrest of the second row seats to fold down the seats completely. They don't tumble all the way like in the Karans, but there is enough room for someone to squeeze in. However, this is not a very spacious place. Now, the rear seat is best for 2 passengers, 2 children ideally, but if adults are sitting, then the second row seat has to be moved ahead. They have given it enough features though. For example, you have cup holders, bottle holders, you can recline the seats as well, and there are charging ports. Additionally, they've also given air vents as well as reading lights for the passengers at the rear in case they are here for a longer duration of time. So despite its massive size, this has enough grunt to really get it up to speed pretty easily. It feels light and nimble. The steering weighs up quite well. At slow speeds, it's very light, and at higher speeds, you get a lot of assistance. The ride is a bit bouncy, but that's very typical of most SUVs. Cabin is quiet, and there is very less in terms of wind or road noise. It feels very premium and big, and that is very important. Around corners as well, it feels quite confident. There is a bit of body roll, but that is expected, and also the fact that this is quite a long car. Like in other Kia EVs, this comes with drive modes. Additionally, the EV9 also comes with terrain modes for various terrains, making it easier for the driver. And by the virtue of this being a big SUV, is when you realize there is one place that it could possibly do better, and that is the braking. It tends to dive a bit too much. I think that's mainly due to the soft suspension. But overall, on the highways, this should be effortless. The view around is very easy. You're sitting high, so it becomes easier to look around you. Additionally, you can have 360-degree camera as well, so that makes life easier. Launched in India with an ex-showroom price of Rs 1.3 crore, the Kia EV9 presents a complex yet compelling proposition in the luxury electric SUV segment. It is not an outright choice for everyone in this price bracket. However, its distinctive design, spacious three-row layout, impressive range, and the potential for lower running costs make it a notable contender. It promises to be a rare and head-turning sight on Indian roads, appealing to those who value uniqueness and a feature-packed electric SUV experience, even if it means venturing beyond the traditional luxury marquees.